Hi, it's me, Daphne. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the books that are on my radar for October. I am being very ambitious, but I finally accepted that it's fall. I have like spooky monster things I want to read. I have a ton of buddy reads that I want to get to and like video projects I want to contribute to. I have a handful of books that I will discuss with you today. I will definitely be mood reading in between, so we'll see how it all wraps up at the end of the month. But this is what's my priority right now, and I'm excited to dive in and discuss them with you. So let me tell you about the books I'm in the middle of, currently rolling into October. I've started Phantasma. I got this from Book of the Month. This is a fantasy romance, a romantasy as we now all say. And I'm buddy reading this with Sam and Eliza, my bookish besties here on the internet. I am currently 70 pages in. They're much further along than I am. They might have finished it actually already. I, on the other hand, honestly think it's very corny. It's so corny, but I'm gonna push through and I'm gonna finish it. One, because I'm buddy reading it and it's fun to talk about with my friends because they know I think it's corny. And Sam also had to agree that it's like kind of cringy, but like she loves it anyway. And Eliza's like, she didn't think it was cringe at all. So yeah, I mean, when the main character wears a locket that says follow your heart, like, I can't help but roll my eyes. Okay, so like the premise of this is that this like woman who has a sister, she's like kind of witchy, she's like a necromancer, her mom just died. She was like the most popular necromancer in New Orleans, and she just mysteriously dies. It's not really touched on at all, even though it was very sus. They like didn't care. I don't know, very strange. Now our main character, whose name is Ophelia, is taking the reins from her mom. There's some kind of like, it's almost like a circus where it like comes to town, but it's this mansion that like magically shows up. Like everybody in this world knows there's magic and demons and stuff. It's like a competition to like win something. I don't even fully understand what you win. Maybe like a wish or something. And her sister is like less powerful magically, I guess, than her. But like they're in money trouble, so she thinks her sister joined the competition because her sister just disappeared. She's like, okay, I'm gonna join the competition to try to find my sister. And it's supposed to be a romance with somebody in the competition. I'm not even that far. She's like just got into the door. The first trial hasn't even started. This one thing was so cringe where this guy is like, not the love interest, is explaining how the mansion competition thing works. The Phantasma, that's what it's called. He's like, oh, you know, you could die. And then the last thing he says is like, fall in love in the Phantasma at your own risk. Like, who says that? Who says that? That's like getting on a roller coaster ride and the guy that's like showing you how to like buckle in goes, fall in love at your own risk. What? That makes no sense. It's so cringe. It's so cringe, guys. I'm gonna finish it though, okay? I'm also in the middle of Penn Douglas's book, Bully, and I think I'm over 60% of the way through. Obviously, it's a bully romance. It takes place in high school with these two seniors. They were best friends when they were kids. They live right next door to each other. It's a bit cliche because her window like sees into his bedroom window, and there's a tree in the middle. And when they were little, they used to cross the tree to like, very cliche, very like early 2010s. And the summer before their freshman year, he left to go see his dad, who he had been like estranged from for his whole life. Like he didn't know his dad, and he came back different, and they were no longer friends, like the guy and the girl, the main characters, and he starts bullying her and trying to make her life hell, and she like leaves for France for her junior year, and now she's back her senior year, and she's like, I'm done putting up with his shit, and it's that whole thing. Honestly, I just keep rolling my eyes at it. I'm gonna finish it because I bought it. Yeah, I don't know. I've read other Pendy books and I've really enjoyed them. Like I read Birthday Girl and I read Punk 57 and I really had fun with those. But this one I just don't like. And it's really strange because it's the only series of theirs that I believe you need to buy. The other ones are on KU. I think also for the fact that the characters are only 17 really bothers me. And like I'm far enough along where like the guy like just had his birthday, it's been called out, and like she's like, oh, my birthday's coming up, so I'm like, okay, now we're probably gonna get a smutty scene now that they're like 18 and it's okay. But I can't really enjoy reading like her being like sexually attracted to this guy when she's like just 17. It just makes me feel a little funny. I'm like distanced myself emotionally from the characters. Oh, so it's a bit of a struggle, but that's enough about that. I will finish it. And then the last book I'm in the middle of is, I'm so hot. Sorry, I'm very warm in this cardigan. It was cooler today, but very warm. And then the last book I'm in the middle of is The Wrong Bride. I've had this taken out from KU for a while, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll give it a shot. It's like a billionaire romance. This man is like arranged to marry our main character, Raven's sister, Hannah. She's been in love with him since they met. I think she probably met him when she was 14. She was actually originally the person they wanted him to marry, like obviously when she was an appropriate age, but he fell in love with her sister instead and asked them to switch the arrangement. The way they're getting married, I thought it was gonna be like mafia. I don't know why I was under that impression, but it isn't. They're just like really big business mogul families. They just wanna like have a merger, and like the one family, his family is like, oh, we do arranged marriages. I don't know. Seems very unnecessary to me. But okay. The writing style is only all right. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've just been kind of like slumpy lately. Even though I read another book that I really, really enjoyed and like devoured in a really fast amount of time. But then I'm like back in this like hypercritical mood. So sorry about that. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll DNF it. Now let's move on to books that I haven't read yet and that I have better hopes for. The next book I want to talk to you about is for my IRL book club here in New York City, and it's Never Whistle at Night. This is an Indigenous dark fiction anthology, so very excited about it. I love the title of this. I think it's such a clever name for a book. Very intrigued. I don't really have any expectations, just very open to it, and I think it'll be fun to talk about in book club because they're short stories. The main thing is that it says many Indigenous people believe that one should never whistle at night. It can cause evil spirits to appear and even follow you home. So yeah, I just really find that premise fascinating, and I hope I have a good time with it, and I think it's perfect for October. Then I dropped the ball a bit in September, and I wasn't working on my Harry Potter video project, so I really need to pick up the 6th book in the series. This is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Hopefully I didn't forget like too much of the context from book 5. I hope I remember enough of like the overarching plot points that are critical for the series that I can like go into this and not be confused. I don't think I'll be confused. But yeah, I'm so excited to pick this up again, especially now that it's in my hand. I'm like, I can't wait to read it. I have a bookmark in at page 34, but I might start over because I don't remember what it was. I need like a little bit of a refresher. And I'm using this bookmark from one of my booktube friends, Hannah Blackwell. She made this bookmark and sent it to me. She was doing a bookmark shop for a little while. It says enemies to lovers, captor captive. Which is so exciting because the whole, like one of the main reasons I'm doing this Harry Potter video project is because I wanted to read the canon before I went into, what's it called? Manacled. It's like a fan fiction where like Voldemort wins and Draco and Hermione have a romance, but obviously they're enemies, and it's a bit of a Handmaid's Tale twist as well. So yeah. But also, I've been really enjoying the series as a complete set, and I'm so happy that I get to continue it. But yeah, the bookmark is like perfect for Manacled. And yeah, it just makes me so excited that I'm getting so close to the end. And the year's almost ending, so I'm like, hurry up, Daphne, hurry up! I would like to finish this whole project before we roll into 2025. Like, geez. So yeah, I have this. You don't really need to know anything about it except it's Harry Potter and Voldemort is back, and I'm sure ish is gonna hit the fan. The rest of the wizarding community like actually believes that Voldemort's back now, versus in the 5th one, people thought Harry was lying about everything and they thought Dumbledore was lying. Slight spoilers, but it's a really old series, and you'll probably forget anyway that I told you that, right? It's a long series if you're gonna read it anyway and you hadn't read it. So just forget it if it's spoilery for you. This is where we get ambitious, okay? This is where we try our best, but I'm not making any promises. My online friend, Becky, has been doing this really cool collab series. It's like open invitation to anybody. So if you make YouTube videos that talk about books and stuff and you want to participate, I'll leave Becky's channel down below so you can participate in one. It's a good way to like network and all that stuff if you want. And she does a reading vlog and she picks a theme and then she invites other creators to read to that theme and then post all on the same day. So the October theme, which is going to be posted on the 15th if I have all my notes correct, is to read books with orange covers. So I've just pulled out a ton of orange books. We'll see which ones I get to. I'm not gonna go through all of them. I'll probably do that in the vlog. If I cross my fingers, if I like get to it, because it's October 1st now, which means the books I'm in the middle of, I need to finish ASAP so I can read some of these books, hopefully at least 2. But just quickly, like, I've been meaning to read this one because Sam really loves it. This is very fall, which would be perfect. This one is like totally different from what I'm used to, which might be fun and action-packed. And then this is a romance, and this is a Japanese anthology that me and Chase read together, but I've been waiting to read the last story, and Chase is like just never gonna get around to sitting with me to read it because he wasn't that interested, even though we've started it over like twice. So I just wanna finish it so it can be done. And then speaking of Becky, she invited me out to Sleepy Hollow. We're gonna be doing that one weekend in October, which I'm excited about. We'll see, you know, sometimes plans change, but I'm excited to go. I'm gonna bring at least one of my New York City friends, Monica, because she's been begging me to go anyway. So it's like a perfect 2-for-1 scenario where I get to meet an online friend and I get to do something that Monica's been asking me to do for a while. That could be fun. It'd be my first time at meeting Becky. So shout out to her for inviting me. Okay, and then the ambition continues on because it's October and it's fall and it's spooky. I want to get back into more monster romances. Not that I ever stopped. But I have 2 books that came to my attention again recently, I think like pretty much today, that are POC focused monster shifter romances. So the first one is I Married a Lizard Man. This is in like a larger series, and the author is Black, I'm pretty sure. And I think the female main character is also Black. So, and I feel like I've heard like about this series here and there. I want to get to this. I think it'll be a fun like book to just have on my Kindle, like a good like sleepy time book for when I'm just winding down for bed and all that stuff. For this book, I think the main character is maybe having like financial problems. I think it said like a seer maybe, or maybe I'm like thinking of another book. Should I check? Oh my god, it sounds so cute. I want to start it like ASAP. So yeah, I had it pretty much right. Our main character, she is like a farmer. She doesn't have a lot of money. She needs like a dowry for a marriage, but she doesn't have one, so she signs up for this agency that like pairs you with aliens, I guess, which is like the premise of the series. She gets put with this lizard man, and he has also been told by his seer, like I guess they have like magical seers, that this human woman is to be his mate and gonna be like their salvation as maybe a species or something. They must be having some kind of like population problem, which is a very common theme in alien romances. So I'm so excited to dive into that. It just, oh man, I'm really hype, which is good because I've been like miserable about other books. Maybe I'm moving out of my contemporary mood now that summer is over and we're gonna go into our monster stuff again. So very excited about that. And then the next one is called A Wolf in a Garden. And I don't know that much about this one either. I just saw this on Instagram today because this wonderful Instagram account that I recently followed, maybe like the last couple months, called Talk About Swoon, posted a bunch of books to diversify your Halloween romance reading, which is like BIPOC, queer, disability, fat rep, and more. I was looking at her list and I saw this Howl book, Allegra Hall, and then it led me to find another book by her because the one she had on the list wasn't out yet. So yeah, I went to the first book in the series. This is A Wolf in the Garden by Allegra Hall, who is a Maori author, which is an indigenous New Zealand person. And I'm very excited to try it. It's got POC rep in it. It's like between is she a witch or is she a normal person? I think she might just be a human. This guy she had a crush on for a while. It like becomes revealed that there are like paranormals in the world. Like it's like new news. Like the whole world now knows, I guess. And this guy she used to have a crush on turned out to be half werewolf, half wolf shifter, which is a combination I've never come across before. And I guess a werewolf doesn't have control over like their shifting, they just shift during the moon. And then a wolf shifter can shift whenever. But this guy has like 2 wolves. So usually like a wolf shifter or a werewolf will have like, oh, it's their wolf. And it's like a totally different like mind being. But he has 2, which is so cool. So I'm excited about that. And I don't think I've read a book that takes place in New Zealand before. So that's also very interesting. And Fated Mates. Fated Mates, I love fated mates so much. And that's why monster and paranormal work for me. So, wow, it's so fun to be excited about books again. Interested to see how that goes. Ooh, weird accent. Now we're moving on to like low priority stuff, okay? There's a potential buddy read that myself, Sam, and Eliza will do again in October. We'll see. Also, this would be kind of a very late catch-up buddy read with Monica and my friend Maddie, who are in the IRL book club with me, and that would be A Touch of Darkness. I'm so behind. I should have read this like a year ago. This is a Hades and Persephone's retelling. It was very popular for a while. It's kind of contemporary, I guess, but also like fantasy vibes. I imagine it's a bit dark. There's a gambling empire. There's a contract that she finds herself in with Hades, which aligns with like the canon of Hades and Persephone. I am excited to finally get to it. Maybe. If Sam and Eliza commit to reading it, I will definitely be reading it. If they get distracted with other things, because I know Sam's doing Booktober, so she has a lot on her plate this month, I'll just like see where my mood takes me. And then the last book I'm gonna talk to you about today is for Ava's book club. She does a book club with Tiff. I'll link their channels as well down below. I absolutely love Ava and her Rex. They're gonna be reading The Orc and the Innkeeper for October. I'm pretty sure I have that right, because I don't know where I would have picked this book up. I don't know when they're doing their live show. They'll probably do it, should I look this shit up? Where am I gonna find this? Where do you guys post about the book club? The communication I cannot find, but I'm pretty confident they're gonna read this book. So we have a human innkeeper. She's dealing with some like magical pests, and there's this orc guy who's a brewery master. He's like trying to like, I guess, start off his business or something, but he's not being very respected by business people because he's an orc and they like have this reputation of, I don't know, like being maybe not smart or like being too aggressive or something. They're just like not taking him seriously. So they like get into this like fake dating, fake fiance scenario because she needs his help with the pests, I guess. And he needs a human to kind of like speak for him, which is really sad actually in these deals to like get his business thing going. I'm pretty sure that's like the gist. Oh, and he'll financially aid her with the pests. Okay, that makes more sense. I guess he's not going around like doing it himself. I was like, that's so random. Fake engagement, fake fiance, enemies to lovers, he falls first, former bully romance. Oh, I guess they had a past? The orc who once tormented me in high school, now a wealthy brewmaster, is determined to expand his ale empire into the human realm. Ooh, that sounds so good. I love this extra element of them like having a past and he like used to bully her and they're gonna fall in love and like, whatever he did, hopefully he like grovels enough and is like I don't know, maybe he like, I just need him to make up for it more. I don't need the bullies to be like making excuses and shit and just be easily forgiven. No, gross, go away. So yeah. All right, those are all the books that I have on my radar for October. I have a lot to read, okay? I hope you had fun hanging out with me for a little bit. I feel very rejuvenated after talking books with you. I've been a little bit struggle bus with my reads lately, but now I'm like super excited again. So yes, if you had fun here as well, please feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it. And obviously it helps out my channel. And I will catch you in another video. Bye.